Okay. Hello everybody, my name is Regular Gamer Alex and welcome back once again to what might be the final episode of What Remains of Edith Finch. So last episode, we got to know even more about the family. Like Sam, Walter, Gregory, and Gus. And their whole dynamics and the curse and how it affected them. I mean, Walter was so afraid of the curse, he stayed in the basement of the house for over 50 years. And on the day he decided not to be afraid anymore, he went up and got hit by a train. And Gregory, he drowned in the bathtub. He was 1 year old. Gus was killed in a storm. Sam was on a hunting trip with his daughter, Dawn, our character Edith's mom. Man, this family's gone through so much. We got done with Gus. That's the last one we did was Gus. So now let us move on, and I guess... I guess it didn't save or something.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Okay, yeah, I guess it didn't save because I was a bit further than this.
It was as far away as she could get.
I was farther than this, but I guess it didn't save or anything like that. That sucks, but it happens.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Nice old Sanjay.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Makes sense.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Okay, so this is
For a
where we
while,
left off last time.
Things were good. Almost normal.
Normal is not something that happens
But
with
it
this
didn't
family.
last.
Yeah. Here's where we stopped last video, so let's go on.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Oh, we're going to find out what happened to Milton, because he just went missing. Even worse than all the others, he just straight up went missing. He was the painter of the family. Okay, now it saves. I probably should have walked a bit more, Vin. Looks like a shoe print. No, it's a door. I just noticed the handle. I thought it was a shoe print. No, that's a... No, those are shoe prints. That's a door. So this is where he stayed. Oh, that's cool. Whatever this is.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
He was a good artist for someone who was passed away. Actually, he didn't pass away, he just disappeared in 1992.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Okay, he painted someone. That someone dropped a paintbrush and then he used it to make paintings. Oh, is that him painting the door we saw? Yeah. So, wait, what?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
What? Did he paint that door and he walked through it and just disappeared? Like it was Narnia? Okay, that was probably the least informative one so far.
Searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Probably because she believed a curse took him as well.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
He found a magical paintbrush that allowed him to go into a whole other place. Okay, I think I see where we need to go next. Interesting. We can still see the old house from here. There we go. So there, I thought my character was stuck on something.
Mom blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Lewis?
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Oh yeah, he's the one who got all those canned tunas. Oh! Wait a minute, before I go in that room, I'm gonna look up here first. Oh, never mind. Check out this room. Ah, of course, you must have the bong.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Wait, no,
That
that's a
part.
hookah, isn't it? Yeah, that's a hookah. Where are you going? Okay, I wasn't done with that room. Come on now. My mistake. Feeders quality cigars? Okay. So, yeah. Legalize marijuana. Legalize it. Wonderland
Lewis
Turbo.
and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Ooh. Diploma, Lewis Finch. For Red King's Dream. Lewis Finch. Locker contents. Big guy. Small guy. Random guy. Dawn Finch. Institute Psychology.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Am I... Ah!
He kept working at the cannery,
Okay, I can't stick my whole hand in there.
but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His
Whoa.
mind began to wander.
Oh, I can control him. Oh, that's cool.
I asked him to describe it.
I can use WASD to control the little guy, but also mouse to do this.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
God, it's hard trying to manage it
Feel
both.
his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
This is a bit weird on
Things that
mouse.
have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Oh, that fish. Okay,
He took
that's
it
kind
very
of cool.
seriously. I had
This is
hoped
hard.
he'd find himself.
It's hard doing both of these at the same time. They're rather difficult.
But he found something more.
It's like playing a mini
I
game within
worried
a
about
game.
him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis.
Sometimes
So I
our
let
work
him
life
go
is
on.
different from our personal one. That's just how it is. Sometimes.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
Let's take up more of the screen, but
He
I
told
still...
me he'd made a new friend.
Let's little doggo! This is so weird. But I like it. This is fun.
On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia.
Louis
He built the
Topia.
city up slowly, brick by brick.
Drummer
And he
man.
made musicians. And songs for them to play.
Civilians too, apparently.
He talked about starting a band.
Oh, these are the guys from those little action figures we
And
saw
he
at
was
his
always
desk.
humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Hey, I'm doing good.
And one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
This is so cool.
He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Whoa. Oh, this is so cool.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis. I get it. That's fun.
He started drifting away from our reality.
God, it's hard to focus on both
Until one
chopping
day
up
he
the
forgot
fish.
to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Interesting. He was very imaginative, almost like Gregory in a way.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Handsome queen. Because why not?
handsome queen.
Choose your own path.
The queen was on her own quest for
Oh, sinister serpents.
sinister serpents.
Sinister serpents. Oi, nice. I'm still chopping up fish, which is amazing.
He followed the sound of her
Electric sitar.
electric sitar.
Electric sitar.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh, I can't even see the chopper
He knew
or
the
the
world
thing
was
anymore.
all in his imagination.
But yeah, I'm still doing it. Insane.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Yeah, this is quite the
In
imagination.
his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
He wished for this kind of life. That's why he
For someone
imagined.
who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Reality,
And then it struck
imagination.
that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Yeah, when his imagination is as insane as this, then yeah. Oh, where's Lewis now? Probably in the cannery. This is definitely ours. Imperial Palace. Legalize it.
He began to forget the world we know.
The cannery.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
He wanted so much for his imagination to be real because he preferred it over reality. Because of that, the line between the two is hard for him to see. And that's us. That's Lewis right there. Yep, that's his
Finch.
Finch.
Despise the man with a royal contempt.
Hey, Lewis. He's so far in his imagination, he thinks he's chopping fish, but he's not chopping
I still
anything.
thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Oh.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
Is that a cat? The fucking
wise
cat?
Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Calico? Are you talking about Molly up there? Because if you're serious, come on, that's funny. But also sad at the same time. His imagination and the line between imagination and reality.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
It wasn't there for him. Because he wanted imagination over reality.
There was only one thing left to do.
Is that a guillotine? Motherfucking guillotine over there?
Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh, I just realized what happened. His imagination went so wild, he stuck his head inside the cannery guillotine that I was using to cut off fish's heads. And
My
I cut
brother
off
was
his
really
own head.
cool. I wish you could have met him.
It didn't even click with me at first. His he really imagined. Oh my god, his imagination went so. He chose imagination over reality so much so that he stuck his head into the cannery chopper that he was using to chop off fish's heads. He stuck his own head in there. Oh my god, it didn't click with me at first. Oh, there's only 2 more people left. Dawn and Edie. Probably the biggest ones I want to know about. The last ones. Edie and Dawn. Let's see what their stories are. I'm very curious, because they're like the main ones we've been hearing
On the way
about
back
this
from
entire game.
Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Oh.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
To teach and to
My
learn.
mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Happy 90th birthday. Yeah, they left everything.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Edith.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
This is our character's room. Pretty damn amazing. It's a quill. Our journal that we've been...
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
that last night.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
Talk about the curse, the family curse.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
No, those deaths happened way before even you, Dawn. But I can understand the fear.
I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History to Finch's by...
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
No, I'm going forward.
I got turned around.
Uh-oh. Might actually be turned around.
For a while, I wondered. I started seeing things.
Dear? Hi. Goodbye. You okay then?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
That was a bed
When
frame.
I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
The old original house. Wow.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
I didn't get to finish reading the story.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
No!
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
Still wearing the gloves that Edie makes
We
you.
both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
Oh, it's a dandelion.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
Yeah, that happens.
And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Yeah, it is for your kid.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you.
I kind of got that.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh no. Wait.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Edith. This entire time we've been as her kid at the beginning on the boat. Shirley Dallas. This is the moment I'm taking off my headphones. This was one hell of a game. Ever since I started this YouTube channel, all I've played on this game have been horror games, action ones, survivals, platformers even. This is my first just walking simulator. This is my first just story game. It's all about the story. And I could not have asked for a better game to play on this channel. This might be one of my most favorite games I've played in quite a while. And I played a lot of good games over the years. But this one was amazing. Great story, great characters. Such a fun little mystery with the whole curse situation. And the message about family is definitely one that hits very close to home. Love your family. You love your family, everyone. Because you never know how much longer you guys will actually be able to have together. So make every moment count with your family. I sure know as hell I definitely am. Because it's never too late to start now. Never too late to start today. Because you don't know if they're going to be there tomorrow or not. Curses might not be real in the real world, but losing a family member is something that can happen. I've lost family members myself. I even lost my grandpa almost half a year ago. Lost him before I could even graduate high school with him. So it's never too late. Go spend time with your family. Because you don't know how much longer you will have with them. So make every moment count. And always love your family. No matter what disagreements you have, family is something that is truly amazing and beautiful. Whew, this might be one of the most emotional, this is probably the most emotional I've actually been on this channel. And it's all because of this game. I absolutely love this game. It was amazing. And if there's any other very big story-driven games like these ones you guys want me to play, just tell me in the comments down below. I'll gladly play them. Especially after playing this. And this was something that was recommended to me by my friend, since he said that he watched MatPat play the game. And thought that I might like the game. And holy shit, was he right. I absolutely loved this game. Its message, its story, its mechanics, it was just amazing. It was truly amazing. Let's see if there's anything at the end of the credits, and then I'll probably see my last, my outro. But this was definitely one of my favorite games. I'm glad for my first just story-driven game, this was it. Oh, is this the end of the credits? Let's see if there's anything afterwards. The Edith Finch team. The end. 2012, 2017. Replay store options now. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Look, the entire thing is finished now. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe since it supports me in the channel. And if you guys have any gaming recommendations at all, do leave the comments down below. But till then, stay awesome and go spend some time with your family. Go spend time with your family.